Change is a constant in everyone's lives, and for one family here in Tippecanoe County, the change they're experiencing now is reshaping their way of life after almost 30 years. News 18's Cameron DeBlasio reports on a chapter beyond sports for the Anthrop family.
If you've been around Tippecanoe County long enough, you've probably heard of or read about the Anthrop family. 4 boys, all played sports in college. 2 went on to participate in NFL rookie minicamps. Now, with youngest son Jackson having graduated from Purdue, the natural question is, what's next? There's a different feel in the Anthrop home now.
It's hard to even imagine. Like, I think this fall when it comes around, it'll hit me a little bit more.
Hard to imagine that after nearly 3 decades, no Anthrop boys will be putting on a school jersey for a game this year. All 4, Jade, Drew, Danny, and Jackson, were standout athletes at Central Catholic and in college. Their mom, Jana, says this new phase of life will be a big change after years of, as she calls it, constant chaos.
There were days where between 3 o'clock, the end of school, and the time we'd go to bed, we would have as many as 10 things on our calendar.
The change is something Jana and her husband John's youngest son and former Purdue receiver Jackson Anthrop says will be an adjustment from a routine they've had since childhood.
The entire time it was like, oh, well, we just got done with Saturday morning basketball. Well, Dad's got to go to CC for shoot around because Jay and Drew's got a game tonight. And then, Danny going to his football and track meet stuff. While
Jackson is just beginning to get used to the possibility of no more team sports, his brother and fellow former Purdue wideout Danny says life outside of sports can be rewarding too.
It's difficult at first, but eventually, hopefully, you find the passion for what you were doing into what you're doing now.
Danny says he's found that passion now working as a Lafayette police officer. And as for Danny and Jackson's older brother Drew, who played basketball at Purdue,
it's amazing what he's done on his own out there by himself.
Out there is Los Angeles. Drew has been working for the LA Lakers as their head video coordinator since 2019. This is him working with the likes of LeBron James, Anthony Davis, and Jason Kidd. And don't forget the oldest Anthrop, Jade, the former basketball star at St. Joe's and Rensselaer, might have made the biggest contribution to the Anthrop family yet, as he and his wife Amy are now raising the next generation of Anthrop athletes. His first 2 were, you guessed it, boys, but for the third,
the streak was over.
Yeah, Jade called streaks over.
58 years.
Yeah,
since my sister was born.
A new era, but the commitment to family and faith will remain the same.
Faith in the family unit is kind of the glue that holds it all together.
It just helps us go in the right direction and, try to live our lives in a, positive manner and good example to other people about how to treat people and each other. And it's the best way to live.
Mm-hmm. Very blessed, and, the journey's not over, but we're going to continue to fight and keep going, and we'll see where that takes us.
Great family there. My high school classmate Jackson is still hoping his journey takes him to the NFL after participating in Colts rookie minicamp this spring. He says he's working every day to be ready for the next call. Officer Danny, meanwhile, is getting married in May, and new Lakers coach Darvin Ham has decided to retain Drew on his staff for the upcoming season. Now, John and Jana also say all 3 grandkids, Ollie, Asher, and Lennon, are already picking up different sports pretty quickly, which means we'll likely be seeing the next round of Anthrop highlights in the not-too-distant future. Reporting in studio, Cameron DeBlasio, News 18.